Well, here we go again. Welcome back to the channel. My name is David Hughes Jr. and in today's video, I want to quickly talk to you guys about my journey with my coding bootcamp. I'm gonna show you guys the coding bootcamp that I am currently in, and I'll show you guys how far I am in that coding bootcamp. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of a perspective real quick on my journey into this coding thing. So let's give you guys some background. I'm gonna give you some background. So I work a full-time job. I usually go from 7 to 4, maybe 7 to 5, depending on workload. All right. I also work some other things like with an associated company. I'm gonna say I'm an athletic trainer, and I work with a school. That's the company. But anyways, I work with them as well, and they have a sporting events, and I work those. And so if you don't know what athletic trainer is, I'm the medical professional who is there on scene in case something happens. All right, they just kind of give you a quick overview of that. And sometimes days and nights can get long. It's summertime though, so I really don't have any obligations yet. However, soon, you know, school is gonna be back. So making a long story short, you know, I'm in this coding bootcamp right now, working 7 to 5 right now. All right. And so with that being said, I've tried to do the self-taught method, which I feel like I could have done it, but I feel like I was taking the longest route in order to, you know, come to a goal, come to an endpoint, come to a, you know, destination that would satisfy me. And I wanted to be a remote developer at some point in time in my life, right? And so with that being said, I found the perfect bootcamp, I feel like, for me in order to set myself up for the future. Now, do I love the current job that I'm in? Yes, I love what I do. You know what I'm saying? However, income is something that I talk about with a lot of my friends, a lot of my family, and it's just one of those things where I feel like having one source of income is a mistake. As y'all saw, I mean, we did not stop because of the coronavirus, but next time, who knows what can happen 5, 10, 20 years down the road. Something else can happen, and then we may close because of something. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a virus. You just never know. You never know what's going to happen in life. So having one stream of income is not what you want to do. All right. And so with that being said, I was looking into different things, and you know, web development was one. And so I went through a couple different things, and this seemed to be the one that struck my interest the most. And before I graduated high school, this was something that I was interested in. I just kind of threw it to the wasteland and went another route. So with that being said, now is an opportunity for me to essentially get back into that, you know, tech life that I love so much. So with that being said, Freemote is the bootcamp that I'm currently in now. It is one of the cheapest that you can participate in. You know, other bootcamps you can go from like 10K to 20K. This one is like around $1,600, which isn't bad at all. All right, and so I just want to kind of give you guys a review of my first week. As you can tell by probably the title, I'm not sure what I'm gonna name this video yet, but as you can tell by whatever it is, this will be the first week review, kind of give you guys an overview of my thoughts, my opinions on this bootcamp. Is it really worth it? You know, what do I think? What are my thoughts and opinions? There's only one other person I know on YouTube that's actually doing reviews on this bootcamp because it's still fairly new. And so I just want to give you guys my thoughts and opinions. So I'm gonna talk about that, and then towards the end of the video I give just some more things about me. And so with that being said, I want to go ahead and kind of go over to the page. So this is the page. You know, can't show you any content, of course, but I can kind of just give you guys a rather, how can I put this, rather small-ish kind of a review of what is going on with this program here. And as you can see, as I dive into it, I give a good welcome. But the first week is HTML and CSS. You see I'm on week 2, and for somebody who is working a job like I'm working, I am it took me about 2 weeks to complete this. It took me about 2 weeks. And so with that being said, it's very, very good, man. It's a very good program. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can actually see what's going on here. Okay, here we go. So like I was saying, I'm currently in week 2 now. It took me 2 weeks in order to finish week 1. Now I have 0 experience with coding. All right, and I say 0. I have 2 I have 2 you know, percent of my knowledge is coding. 2%, maybe like 1.5. Or anyways, I basically did free code camp for like, I don't know, like a week, you know, and it wasn't even a full week. It was like 3 days, and I got through with the HTML portion. So coming in, I had some knowledge of HTML. All right, and so I'm just showing you guys this just in case if you're a part of Freemote, you can see that I did finish the entire first week. And going back to categories, you can see that I am in week 2 of become a Shopify expert. Some people I've seen like to skip down to the JavaScript part and get all that done and then come back to the Shopify, which I'm just gonna go in order, you know, but you don't necessarily have to go in order. You can kind of do it however you wish. So with that being said, I just now want to kind of give you more of a review. Do I think it is worth the money? Yes, I do. I think it's worth the money. I think it's worth the money and then a little bit more. Okay. And so the reason why I say it is because right now, and I can just talk about from what I've done in week 1, but Aaron and John, they do a fantastic job. They do a fantastic job. And I'm sorry, my guy, if I'm butchering your name. But they do a fantastic job with breaking everything down. And you see Aaron for the most part in week 1. And when I was doing free code camp, I was learning, but I wasn't learning the way that I'm used to learning. Like you would read something and they kind of held your hand a little bit and they told you what to do. You put it in and it felt like I was just in a copy paste kind of a scenario, even though I tried to challenge myself within free code camp. There's nothing wrong with free code camp. I love it. And I'm eventually going to go back and learn more and give myself more challenges. But in order for me to do this and go, I don't want to say as fast because it's not a shortcut to anything when it comes to coding like that, but it is a smarter way to approach it. And I feel like doing it this way and wanting to specifically do freelance now, that's what I'm going to tell you guys. Specifically do freelance and specifically learn the basics, because all you're going to get here mainly is HTML, CSS, Shopify basics, freelancing basics, and then some advanced portions of freelancing, some advanced portions of Shopify, and then you're going to get, you know, JavaScript and some advanced JavaScript. Now, if you're going to, you know, move on and learn like Python and then learn React and learn all these other things, I'm not sure how in depth they go with any of that. I'm not sure if you learn any React or any Python, anything like that. I'm still a newbie now. Don't roast me, but I'm still a newbie. I don't know how much of that I'm going to learn in this, but just off of the first week, it was amazing. They give you different tools that are going to help you succeed even further past and further beyond the Freemote. They also have a community group on Facebook that have fantastic. Look, the community group is fantastic. Okay. And the reason I say it is as soon as you come in, you're welcomed with open arms. But whether you're new, whether you're a somebody who just want to kind of use this course in order to get into freelancing, everybody there has been supportive. Even in the comment section below on these videos, they themselves, now a lot of times when you have programs, from what I've seen, like people like on YouTube doing reviews, they feel like they felt just like somebody. You know, they didn't feel like they could actually interact with the person who was teaching them the information, right? And so in this, they are there for you when you need them, okay? You kind of had to give them a little time on certain things. Like if you do like certain times, it'd be like 24 hours. Sometimes it'll be 48, you know, but compared to no communication at all, I feel like it's fantastic, okay? So I really want to commend Aaron and commend John. I'm probably saying his name wrong. Like I said, I'm sorry. Just correct me in the comment section below. I'm sorry. But I just want to commend both of you guys on the fantastic job with week 1. And I'm like, I did maybe 2 sections in week 2 on the Shopify, and I give you guys an update. I feel like I'm gonna finish week 2 pretty quickly. But week 1, what got me was one of the projects And I finished it in like 3 days, and it was the first project. I won't say what it is, but it was the first project that they gave. And then after the first project though, once I struggled and learned and got it out the mud myself, you know, once I got it myself, shoot, the other two, you know, the other 2 or 3 projects were easier. You know, they were easier. So no matter what route you decide to go, no matter what program, no matter what boot camp, if you're self-taught, whatever you decide to do, make sure that you do it and you grind it and you don't go copy and paste, and you do it yourself, whether you struggle for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. I got the most excitement out of this whole thing when I just learned it and did it like myself. And what I mean by that is I saw something, I didn't look for the answer. I don't know. I just enjoyed it, man. Doing projects, I just really enjoyed figuring it out. You know, it was amazing, man. I don't know. That's all I can really say, man. It was amazing just figuring it out on my own. And I 100% recommend this for people who are on a tight budget. They have a plan right now. I'm on the plan. I pay $400. I pay $400 a month. I low key trying to think of a way where I can write this off of my tax. I don't even know if that's possible. I don't know, but anyway, I recommend this for people who, like I said, on a low budget. If you want to do freelancing, it's highly recommended. If you somebody who specifically want to do freelancing, because that's the route that I'm taking. But you don't have to specifically want to do freelancing, because there's a lot of jobs you can get with just knowing JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. But this is what it caters toward, right? And so this is for you. This is exactly for you. However, this could be a negative. I wouldn't really call it negative, but I'm gonna say it is, because if you want to learn more languages other than that, let's just say you know HTML, you know CSS, you know JavaScript down pat, you're a master at it, but you just want to know some more information. This may not be for you, because the only part that you would really get some benefit out of is the freelancing part. And there's probably other places you can just get specifically freelancing part from. Look at me getting tongue tied, but it's places you can get that from, right? And so this may not be for you if that's the case, okay? But if you're like me, a total beginner who only been doing HTML for like I said, a week, technically a week, 3 days, 3 days, I spread out 3 days. I finished HTML and had like a little bit of CSS, and that's about it. And so went into this thing, and I feel more confident in my ability right now in HTML and CSS than I thought I would. I feel very, very confident in doing basic stuff. I probably could do some basic, some email marketing, or some basic just layouts, or like some basic websites. I'm good on that. I can do that. I feel like I can draw up anything. I feel like I could copy any website. If I saw a landing page, I feel like I can do it. So that's kind of where I am now, with just 1 week of, well, technically 2 weeks of this program. I got through HTML. Their HTML section is kind of like broken down into like HTML here and then CSS here in 1 week. And I got through the HTML part quick, and then the CSS part was kind of slower. So with that being said, I don't want to make this too long. I'm already at almost 15 minutes, man. But let me know what you guys think. Week 1 was amazing. That's kind of my overall review of week 1. I will update you guys when I finish the Shopify portion. And so thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you stay tuned. My name is David Hughes Jr., and I'm out.